Gonna smoke me a fatted brisket.
Welcome to BBQPitBoys.com. Today we're cooking up wild pig at the pit, and it's real easy to do, of course. All right, Slasher tagged this porker, and from it, we're going to be smoking up a hindquarter, and we'll show you how easy this is to do. Now, you can head over to our website and get the exact ingredients printed out, or just hang in here and watch how we put it together. So he's got the salt, he's got sugar, he's got peppercorn, onion, he's got paprika, some cayenne. But first, he's going to trim off this hindquarter just a bit. You want to leave that fat layer on, right? That'll help retain the moisture in this smoke we do. Simple enough. There's not much to clean off here. Just some of the excess tags of fat. Simple enough. Now, what he's going to do is brine it. And to get your pork, especially wild pig, nice and tender, take the time to brine it. You might want to do it for a full day before or even a couple of days. But it's well worth the effort, and you'll get some nice tender pork. Now, with the brine, this is fairly simple. A couple of chopped up onions go into a pot of water, just enough to submerge the hindquarter. Now he's got those onions in there. Now he's got some bay leaves. Those work. Here he's got some cayenne pepper, a couple tablespoons. Got some paprika. Choose your favorite paprika. Here we got some whole peppercorns. Don't grind them up, leave them as they is. And here's the brine part, of course, the salt. And there's a couple of cups of salt in there. And of course, with the brine, with the salt, goes the sweet. And here we have a couple of cups of brown sugar. Whoa. This is gonna taste good. Give it a good mix. I told you this is going to be easy to do, right? Man, this is going to be good. And now you want to marinate it. At least overnight. Go for 24 or even a couple of days, some guys will do. Right? You have plenty of time to marinate. And, of course, that will help tenderize this pork hindquarter. Perfect. Now, the next step in smoking up this hindquarter that most pit masters will do is making an injection liquid, right? And so to say about a half a stick of butter, we're adding a cup of apple juice, some Worcestershire sauce, some molasses, plenty of flavor. And of course, injecting it will add some additional flavor. Ooh, look at that molasses. And it will also help tenderize this pork, right? Simple to do. Heat it up a little bit and put it together. Now, in the miracle of time, it's the next day. We've gone about 18 hours here in a brine. You could go much longer or even less sometimes, right? If you low and slow it right, you'll get some nice tender meat. All right. So, out of the brine, we're going to put it into a baking pan. Simple. And we're going to take that injection and inject it. And do it as many times as you can. The more, the better. All right? Oh, yeah. Just the way she likes it. Get it in there. It's going to be tender and juicy. Simple enough. And once you do that, grab some of your olive oil, give her a good rub down, and then add your favorite rub. We're using our pork rub here. And put a lot of it on there. Be generous with it. Again, it's all about layers of flavor here too, right? Now, let's throw it in our smoker. The smoker is set up for anywhere between 225 and 250. Simple. And all we have to do now is wait and then baste. So now Slasher is going to take some barbecue sauce here. We're using our own. Use your favorite. All right. And he's going to cut it down with some apple cider vinegar. And there are no set rules on this. By adding the vinegar, it'll help with basting on this pork hind quarter, right? All right. So about an hour has gone by. Again, we're running at about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. The Slasher is just going to baste on some of that sauce, right? Telling you, the neighbors are beginning to smell this already. Probably climbing the fence. All right. Looks good enough to eat already, but we got some time yet. It might take about 6 hours on this 12-pound pork hind quarter. Look at that. All right. Now, because we got the time, and maybe you got the time, we'll show you a couple of steps of just slathering on all these juices and some of this sauce. We got time to kill, like I said, and it don't get any better than this. All right. Coming along nice. Again, you can see the additional juices that are coming out of this pork water right there. Just slather it on. It's good. All right. Again, keep slathering. And if you insist on fast forwarding, go right ahead. We kind of like doing this. Take a look at that. Uh-oh. Not long to go. Like I said, plan about 6 hours at 250 degrees Fahrenheit on a 12-pound hind quarter. Right? That seems to work. All right. Let's see, it's time to let this rest and then cut it up. The heck with resting. Let's show you how this looks. Now we've got an internal temperature here of about 180 degrees Fahrenheit. It's just enough to break down the connective tissue in there, right? Which helps make it tender. Look at that. You can see how moist it is. Are you kidding? Lord have mercy. Now, Wild Boar is damn near as tender as regular domesticated and raised pig, right? And if you cook it up right, it'll be like the best pork roast you've ever had. Now, of course, as always, we do apologize for eating in front of you like this, but we call this Pitmaster privilege. Oh, man, it's good. This is all you want to do. You had a good long day, probably a 10-hour day. Oh, you kidding? We're eating good tonight, Martha. We'll send you a taxi cab fare next time. How about that? So the next time you're looking for a recipe for your pit, check out BBQPitBoys.com.